yeah, like I was saying, I am a nigga that shaves his nuts. So when they reached out, I'm like, oh, okay. Like I thought it was like spam because I get those too. Like, oh, we think you'll be a good person for this brand or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. So I decided to look at this one. It was like a serious business. I'm like, all right, they verified and everything. So I'm like, cool. So it's like, yeah, you get your own link and everything like that. And you get a percentage of when people use your promo code, your link or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. But like, I'm not just gonna be like promoting y'all shit and I ain't never used it. Like
Welcome
my
to
whole
another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations, a conversation. I'm your host, Dom, and that familiar voice to you guys is my baby brother,
what's happening? It's
the
your
one and
brother,
only
Jay
Jay
White,
White.
Henny Gang in the building. Henny
Yes,
Nice Podcast. Let's go.
yes. We're talking about branding, being an influencer, getting endorsement deals. Here's the thing. In response to the statement that you said, as I got you saying, I shave my balls. I'm down for people shaving my balls. They balls. All these brands have money, unless it's like a small business, and you're saying this brand is verified, and they have like legit followers. I would look at the engagement on their post. Don't know what that was.
I just realized you made it come full circle. That's all I was like, oh, I see why we talking about this.
Yeah. So um charge them a fee. If they want you to post their stuff, there's a possibility that your followers, nobody might not ever buy that product. Get your money's worth. If this is something that's new to you and you're not sure, you can charge them a small fee, but like, your time, your posts, all that stuff like matters. And so, like you said, you not only should have the product, but they should also you should also charge them for those posts. And I'm about, like, I understand, like, we do trade work and all of that stuff. So if they're like, we can't pay you, but we'll definitely can get you the product, that's something to think about. Is it something that you want to try? Then yeah, if it's on brand and you're gonna use it, sure, why not?
Right. And
But
that's like it would have been my first like real, brand ambassador type shit.
right.
Everything else I do or co-sign is like somebody I know and I know they do good work, where this is actually me working out the business aspect of it for myself or whatever. But like, yeah, my main thing was like, I'm not gonna promote nothing I ain't never used before. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Your shit might be trash. So
Yeah. So I want me to my followers trash.
yeah, so you telling me are you telling me I need to like spend my money and get the whatever kit or whatever and then test it out or whatever? Cause then like you were talking about, then we gotta talk about all right, like reimbursement or pay me some type of fee or whatever like that. Then we can get into that. Then I gotta get serious people involved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, like I hit him with that and I ain't heard from him since. Like, yo, like I'm big on authenticity. Like, I'm not just gonna co-sign shit or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you want me to promote your ball shaving kit, like yeah, send me your ball shaving kit for me to shave my balls. Like
Yeah. How
it's
am I
really
going? Yeah. And I told you about a situation that I had recently where a girl had reached out to me last year wanting me to like wear her brand. But even at that time, like, she sent me kind of like a questionnaire about like different things, trying to get a feel for a vibe. But I just, I kind of kept telling her like, oh, at the moment, actually, like, I'm sorry, like, to waste your time, but I'm not doing anything of the sort because I'm trying to focus on building my brand as a whole.
right.
And I knew the type of brands that I wanted to target. Yeah, one of them is like either shop, like Love Vera, which would be lingerie, or like Fenty, Savage Fenty. But it's like we see the work that they put in, and you haven't even really built followers. Like, you have the same amount of followers that you had this time last year, and that's not no knock. And I politely, like, told her, I'm like hoping that you put in the work and you're doing all this stuff. And it's just like, I can't promote a brand where you haven't shown any growth.
Right.
in the past year, and she was really in her feelings about it. It's just like, I don't understand. Like, I sent you this questionnaire, and it wouldn't be too much of your time. Blah blah blah. I just hit up with the block.
Oh, she took it personal.
She took it too personal, and I'm just like, you can't get mad if I'm telling you, like, I was trying to let you down in a nice way. I said, at the moment, like, I can't deliver probably what you need,
Right.
but like, she was getting too in her feelings, so I hit her with the block button. So I will never collab with you at all. Missed it.
Yeah, missed opportunity. Yeah, and in case y'all didn't pick up on that, Dom is out here showing her titties.
No, I'm not.
She out here
I
showing
be
her
putting
titties.
I have swimsuits. Swimsuits, I feel like that's fair. Everybody be posting pictures in a swimsuit.
I'm so fed up with all my female family and friends showing their titties.
You are not fed up. You hurt my
I'm
feelings
fed
the other day,
up.
by the way. You was like, you just want to be naked on the internet. And I was like, James, my feelings are hurt.
I'm
So
sorry.
I just didn't respond because my feelings was hurt.
I'm sorry. I was bullshitting. I ain't mean to
I
hurt
know. I was just like,
you. See how easy it is, niggas, to apologize?
Listen, we're going to talk about accountability today.
See how easy that is? I didn't mean to make you feel bad. I'm just, so
I was like,
I'm all for women showing
I'm
off.
ovulated. Don't take it personal.
Okay.
I'm like, ovulation is like a very similar wave to like riding the crimson wave, the feelings and emotions that come through, and your body is telling you get pregnant, and you're like, no, like not yet.
I respect it. You know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes, but yeah, I'm all for y'all showing off your bodies. Like, oh y'all out here, showing off that body that was in the house all year last year. You feel me?
Shit, my body got an extra 20 pounds on it. So
hey, I saw.
I'm like, I'm be a plush puppy.
I saw some the other day. One of my friends posted about women being secure in their bodies and stuff like that. I'm like, that ain't nothing but that little area, that little flap right there on their stomach. That ain't nothing but just need some loving, a little bit of seasoning.
No, listen. I was at
give it here.
What?
I said, give it here. That's what I'll be like. Yeah, you ain't tripping off that stomach.
So speaking of give it here,
hell of a segue.
I was at an outing as like restrictions had lifted out here. And it's a vibe. Sadiq is a vibe on Wednesday nights out here in LA. And a guy that like peeped me outside, and he ended up like being people that had a table. So of course I'm going like, he was peeping me inside, and I'm like, the whole setup, like they still didn't have like a bar set up. So it was like the only way to get a drink, you had to be at a table. And my homeboy at the time, I'm like, that's, you know what? No, I ain't gonna even say that. But anyway, so I end up at this table with this guy, and he's talking. And of course I have to like entertain a little bit, but really I'm here to get me and my homegirl a drink, like to drink for the night. Like that's just what it is, I'm not about falling in love with in the club. And we were like kind of like dancing a little bit. Like I'm into heels, so I'm like already kind of taller than him because I'm taller than everybody in Hollywood. And he like kind of like, it's like he kind of touching my hips a little bit. The little hips that I had, they small. And then he like touches my gut. Mind you, I'm like, I've always been insecure. I've always had a pudge. I've always had it. Okay. I love it. I know how to lose it, and I know that it is possible to tone it, but COVID, whatever, 20 pounds, whatever. Fat goes there. I wish the fat would go to my ass. And he said, I don't mean no disrespect, but I like this. And he touched my gut.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Motherfucker. Yes, and we went to the bathroom. When I tell you, we left right away after that.
Oh, you weren't feeling that. I probably wouldn't have said that out loud.
I'm like, nigga, you don't know me. Like, I was so irked, James, like for real. And I was like, low key, I was like, y'all, like, I gotta get it together. But I definitely went home and ate some hot wings. But
yeah, I wouldn't have said that to you. I would just let the energy be what the energy is. Like
I
I
mean,
don't.
he looked like Biz Markie himself.
Uh,
Rest in peace.
but like, so when Twitter decides to do that little survey of like the body types that women like or whatever, a lot of women lean towards the thicker guy that like
Yeah.
it's a little bit of gut, but he's like, you know,
I like
solid, thick.
I'm bones. Our bones can't be going clank, clank, clank. Like, no. Like I'm still skinny, but though I'm like 160. Still strange to me, man. Don't know where this 160 lie. I went to 2 different doctors. I definitely weigh that shit.
So were you not in the mind state to really be like flirting with niggas that night? Or was it like
Probably, yeah.
okay, because my
Like I
next
said, I
question,
took one for the team because I was thirsty. I
okay,
needed a drink.
literally
And so I was just keeping it cute. So I didn't cuss him out. But
okay.
I literally like, he like asked me out so many times. And I just was like, look, honestly, you have a verified account.
You used it for drinks?
I was just thirsty. I was thirsty. Like, you know how bitches be going out
Appreciate
to
the
eat?
honesty.
Like bitches be going out to eat, like, oh, I'm gonna go out, I'm hungry. So yes, this person wants to take me out. I'm thirsty. So I didn't waste his time. He didn't buy the bottles. Like it wasn't like it was like, I'll tell you offline who table it was, but it was just like you didn't spend any money. So I didn't waste your time. I didn't waste your money. Like we danced a little bit. We danced the night away. And you said you like my foot.
As we lay.
No. I was so thrown. I was like, yo, like low key, this nigga called me pudgy, but it's cool. I'm gonna get this together one day.
Maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't have never said that to you.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga,
Yeah.
I could have been like, and nigga, like,
Yeah, whatever vibe y'all did have, you fucked that up.
all the way up. All the way up. But see, this is what I mean. And I have this reoccurring theme. Now I say niggas knock themselves out of pussy. Not that I was going to have sex with him. I absolutely was not. Like I was not attracted to him in any kind of way. Again, I was thirsty. And this is the only way I can get me and my homegirl a drink because the bar wasn't open.
You know what? I respect it. I respect it.
So I bring you here today. I'm gonna change the subject. I want to talk about friends with benefits.
Oh shit.
I feel like it has been something that we've talked about a lot. Mm-hmm. And I feel like as easy of a space that it should be to navigate, I think it is the most complex to navigate. Because I think what happens is people that may not necessarily be as in tune with themselves or aware of the transfer of energy.
Right.
And so I think that we do things based on thinking, oh, I can separate the two. Like we cool, we kicking it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like a lot of times there are a lot of blurred lines. I've had situations where it has been, I was like, fuck, I'm liking this nigga. I'm not supposed to like him. But it also hasn't been a full-on dialogue about what is happening. So I ghosted that person. Ooh. And then I've been in situations where I know this is just supposed to strictly be friends with benefits. Like we're friends. And even in this case, and maybe I'm gonna say, fuck it. But in that situation, it was very clear. Like, hi, I just got a relationship. He just got a relationship. We both horny. We're gonna get it in. And it's just that neither one of us were looking for a relationship. And I've been in that space where I have found myself liking somebody and I had no business liking them. And I get my feelings hurt. You know what I mean? Right. And I've been on the other end, and I've probably been more on the other end of like, I'm not fucking with you like that, where I've had to like let guys down easily. Easy. Same shit. Where you know, they think that I'm a terrible person. And I've been on the friends with benefit where it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the feelings that they're feeling for me, maybe I should explore this. And I was like, see, this is why I want to explore this. So I would like to talk about friends with benefits for you, with you.
Oh, okay. So feelings are complex in general, right?
Hmm?
So where one person says, "Oh yeah, I'm cool with that," or whatever,
Hmm.
more times often than not, those feelings tend to change down the road. And it's a slippery slope where, say, you do have a friends with benefits situation, and like, so y'all start getting it in, and there are these little windows of time in there where y'all where y'all not fucking, y'all just in the moment chilling, maybe leading up to it or laying there afterwards.
Hmm.
That's like the Bermuda Triangle. like that's because you start to you start to like get to know the motherfucker and shit like that, and
Yeah.
then fuck around and realize y'all have like similar interests and
Hmm.
fucking family life. Y'all start talking about family life. You're like, oh yeah, like my family was like that too. All my family was like that too. So y'all start clicking, right?
Yeah.
And then it starts to move out of that space of um friends with benefits to what you want to call it. We still using entanglement, maybe. We still using that or whatever, or it starts to get gray and shit like that. So it is a slippery slope. I'm at my big young age that I'm at right now.
You're not in, you
I
what,
have
30, you 30, right?
32.
Shit.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? From all
I'm
the crazy,
34, so I can't talk.
from all the crazy shit, you know, from back in the day we used to do. Yeah, it's crazy. But at my age, I have started doing check-ins. Like, yo, like, you good?
Yeah.
Like the situation that we got going, like, you good, right? Like there's no changed feelings or anything of that sort. Like, or are you finding yourself like, oh shit, I'm getting too deep with this nigga, like, or whatever. Like, let me know,
Right.
so that way I'm not blindsided by you fucking blowing up on me out of nowhere, which me and you have had quite a few talks over the past week, which is basically the genesis of why we're talking about this. But
In 3 weeks, we talk about past shit, year almost.
that's shit, yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, no, that's true. But yeah, I do check-ins, like, yo, where you at? Like, is it like getting weird for you? Like, are you starting to like get serious with, well, I don't really ask that, but like, are you looking for something more? Because if you are and I'm not on the same page with you, let me
Right.
fall back while you go ahead and get what you need to get or whatever. So, and I've had that conversation. Like, somebody has asked me um like, can we go and hang out and stuff like that? Like, are we just gonna be like, I'm just gonna pull up and we fuck and that's it or whatever? And I told him, like, yeah, I'm not really looking for a relationship. This is like, oh, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I was like, it's kind of
Oh,
fading out.
all right, my bad. So I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying, like, I've had this situation happen to me like a few months ago where the person I was dealing with, she was like, yo, like, are we allowed to do other things? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
can we go hang out or whatever? But she was looking to like seriously date.
Yeah.
And I told her, like, nah, that's not really what
What?
I, well, like, nah, we can't, like, I was like, yo, we can hang out. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew where I stood. I don't want anything serious. So like
Yeah,
I'm cool with doing that or whatever. But for you, I can kind of see like you're hoping I change my stance
right.
a little bit or whatever. You're trying to see if I change my stance or whatever. Because you may not want to admit it, but you're starting to like maybe catch a little feelings or something like that. But you're not gonna be honest with me about it or whatever. And she was like, cool. She was like, cool. I understand that or whatever. And she moved on to decide to like, I guess, date other dudes or whatever, which come to find out she's not really like dating. She may have a roster, which is
And I'm
which is
mad at her.
cool.
I'm mad at her.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. I have no reason to be mad about
Right.
it. My only thing is like keep it G with me though.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know, you hit me like, yeah, we can't do that no more. But you over here bopping the next nigga, and me and you talked off air about it. Come to find out, like it's up for grabs essentially. Yeah, like yeah, just keep it G with me, keep it honest with me. Like if your feelings are changing, we can discuss that. Like uncomfortable conversations are only uncomfortable because you don't know how that person is going to react.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it's uncomfortable. If you're dealing with somebody that's emotionally intelligent enough to articulate, you know, how they feel and not be an asshole about it, that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
You should be fine or whatever. So it really just depends. Like, me personally, I've only had one situation where I maybe had started getting in a little too deep or whatever. And like we had this big blowout or whatever. This was years before I got into my last relationship or whatever. And like I flat out told him, I'm like, yo, I think I'm getting in a little too deep or whatever, because I'm having reactions to shit that I shouldn't be having reactions to. And I'm 27, maybe 28 at this time. So like yeah. So we had a conversation about it or whatever. And she understood that or whatever. She was really nice about it or whatever. And she started to kind of feel the same way. But by that point, like, we had just went our separate ways at that point. So I can't even say, I won't sit up here and say like I've never been in that position, because I have been or whatever. I don't know where the fuck it came from, but out of the blue, you just start tripping off shit. Like, what the fuck? Where the fuck this emotion come from or whatever? Like, yeah, nigga, starting to enjoy that other shit, that Bermuda Triangle shit where y'all laying up watching Kitchen Nightmares and shit.
And that's the thing. It's like I feel like maybe had one of the situations, like I said, I've only really experienced it kind of like twice, and then there was like a third situation where I was like cool with being friends with benefits, and then he like kind of flipped the script on me, and I was like, no. But then I was like having to look at myself like, maybe there's a reason why I'm at this point and moment in my life, you know? And I was like, maybe I should take a risk and invest more of myself to this person, give more of myself to this person, because, you know, it's just strange.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. And so like one of the situations, one of the guys, when I moved to LA, like, I guess we like found ourselves kind of like crushing on each other, but it was just like, I, you know, was wrapping up a previous situation that you know about, and trying to really figure out my path and my way out here. But I did want companionship, and he asked me out one time, and I ended up finding out like something else that he had disclosed to me. And I was like, damn, like, you're trying to take me on this date, but I gotta drive you, you gotta DWI. Like, so I was like, not cool, I wasn't interested. So I like canceled. And then we like got into it like outside of a club like one day. And I understand like his logic behind it, but there's a way that you have a conversation. Yeah. So we like ended up like kind of like years down the line, like kind of like hooking up, but it was never clear if it were friends of benefits or anything. Like there was just like, okay, you want to like see me? Okay, you can see me. And
Right.
so I was so afraid to have that conversation, but I really enjoyed spending time with him and wanting to get to know him like even more. It was something that was completely different from any of the other guys that I had dated. He was like super smart, um, very understanding, very charismatic, but I also understood like the nature of his job. Like, you know, at that time, like promoting and bringing people to the club. So I'm like, I was securing myself enough where I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. But I really I did care because I liked him. And I was like, I'm not supposed to be feeling like this. And we would go out to dinner, you know, things like that. We would talk. I would stay over at his house. Like, he was close to my job. So I would like go there and stay. And it would take me 15 minutes to get to my job. And I just really found myself like kind of falling for him. And I'm like, I don't know how to have this conversation. And so I like ghosted him. And I felt he didn't deserve that. Like we talked about it because I was always like, well, if I don't have a kid, like there's like a list of people that I was like, okay, these are my friends. If they don't have a kid at this time, by this time, maybe like we can have a kid together. And so I approached him about it because he's a few years older than me. And he was like, you disappeared on me. And I was like, that's because like, I was like, let me be honest with you.
Right.
This is how I felt. And I just really didn't know how to relay that to you because I didn't want to get my feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Like at this point, like I have been used to being in situations where like I would have like my nose wide open
Right.
and like, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm starting to feel this way. Like I can articulate my feelings to you. And niggas was like, nah, sis, this is not what this. I'm like, well, God dang it.
Right.
So that's what I was just used to. And so I was like, well, in order to protect myself, I'm just gonna ghost him. No acting as if I would never have to see this nigga again. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to see you because I'm gonna run into you out somewhere, like running like certain spaces. So
Yes.
I had to have that conversation a few years ago, and it was not a easy conversation to have, because like I had to be accountable for like what I did to him, because I didn't even think about in my mind like how that made him feel, like
Yeah.
thinking if he did something wrong or whatever, and I just didn't answer anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard something the other day. I forgot what I was listening to. They say when people ghost you, that's because they don't know how to deal with their emotions. It has nothing to do with you or whatever. So it's big of you to be able to be like, all right, this is why I did that or whatever. Like you people can sit up here and act like they haven't ghosted somebody before,
Right.
like in some shape or fashion.
Shit, you faked your whole death.
I did that with good reason though. I wasn't trying to be a nigga on the hit list. That's why. But that episode comes out tomorrow. But
Forget that shit. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's why I'm bringing it up.
yeah, low. But I wasn't trying to be a notch in the belt or whatever. Plus, I was fucking 16, so
Like you, because like I don't. Maybe it's just that I didn't realize how close we were, like in age either. Because I just remember the conversation that happened on Twitter. Because you were not the only person. I think Jeremy also like faked his death about trying to ghost a girl. So who knows?
This was when Twitter was so much more fun.
Oh my gosh, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, this was when Twitter was so much more fun. I'm pretty sure it was a trending topic that turned into a story time.
I mean, hey, shout out to Zola because that's what happened.
Yeah, so but yeah, that was big of you to talk to him and tell him like, yo, this is where I'm from. Like, are y'all cool now? Like,
yeah, okay. I try to be, I think the interesting thing about me is that I really like I joke a lot of times. I know that, and I know sometimes that I'm an asshole. But all jokes aside, like I always just want people to be good. And Like
Yeah.
even during COVID, like it was interesting because knowing that he's a person no, you know who it is. That is kind of, it's not like they're heavily active on social media, but it's like enough. And then for them to like kind of like disappear,
Yeah.
that concerned me. And I like reached out and was like, hey, like checking on you, making sure you good. And you know, blah 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 blah. And we like had like a long conversation just like about like different things. And you know, because COVID was like mentally draining on all of us. So
Right.
we cool, you know, like I appreciate this nigga making me like wait outside that night when I went to the club, but that's all neither here nor there.
He had to get his get back.
You know, sometimes I think about I was like, it can't be that. I could just be, maybe I'm old. Like I know, like I know for like Club Hollywood scene, yes, technically I'm 34. But I feel like if you look youthful, you really can't age out if you take care of yourself. So it's really like people don't know like how old you are. So I'm like, did I do something? Like, what happened? Like, did I accidentally like go somebody again? Like, I apologize.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to age gracefully out here too. For facts.
Yes.
You can only age me by my gray hair. That's the only way you can age. So
But even you can't really even age you by that. Like I've had intentional gray hair, so don't ask me shit. So
yeah, I'm not dyeing my shit. I'm out here rocking. Like I went and got my shit cut today, and I was just looking at it. It's like bah, 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 bah,
did they spray any Beijing in your hair?
chill out. No,
I feel like that's a very valid question to ask.
I have a full intact hairline. Okay.
Okay. That is fair. Like niggas, you know, some people know how to do it where you can't tell.
That is true.
But then then there are debates like about Jalen Rose. Like, is that Beijing? Is that his hair?
But do it really matter though? Like, long I'm not. If I
Fine.
I don't know if it. I know it's a thing where like people had like they put that shit on you ain't got no hairline. Your hairline, da da da. Like my hairline is intact. Like I don't have to worry about that. The thing I'll have to worry about is I'm gonna go gray. I give it about maybe another 3-4 years before it's just like on and popping or whatever. But
look, I'm 34 and I have a lot of hearing loss. I found out yesterday.
Like, hey, it's nuts.
Significant, like where it was alarming, where I probably will end up with hearing aids. So shit happens. My knees hurt.
Everybody got some type of enhancement. Like, I mean, installations and with lace fronts,
though.
fake beards, like
Yeah.
niggas jump fly. That's an enhancement because you want to look good, like you got that shit. Like everything is a fucking enhancement. So don't even worry about it.
No, I'm not mad about it. It was just like I didn't expect it to be that bad.
Yeah.
But it was like bad. So I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean my eyesight is trash. So.
Oh, my eyesight is terrible. I wear contacts or glasses, as you know. So yeah, they're like, you're a great candidate for LASIK. I'm like, so now I'm a great candidate for LASIK and hearing aids. Great. Here we go. But no, I remember being in college and this guy liked me. And
were you here? I mean, clearly you were here. Why did I was in that?
Yeah, college. And it was so much happening at that time. Like my cousin had just gotten killed. That was like, we were like brother and sister. And I was like taking it hard. So you just kind of sometimes just want a little company. And I thought the guy was cute. I remember his mom, like, so it's funny because how I even met this guy, his mom had did my hair for like a fashion show or something at her like restaurant, no, her bar, it was called Bar Salon Ah. And it was like a bar on one side and the salon on the other side. Hey, like smart idea. And you know, she was like selling me her son. She's like, he looked like Nick Cannon. Do you think Nick Cannon cute? I was like, yeah, I think Nick Cannon cute. He didn't look like Nick Cannon, but he was cute. And he really started to like me, but I wasn't like fucking with him like that. And he got in my ass about I looked at him like a friend, like with benefits. Like we could talk a little bit, but we really didn't go out on dates. Like I didn't let you take me out anywhere. I was like, nah, like I'll just come over. So I'm like
Right.
really clear on the lines that I'm like setting with you and the boundaries.
Right.
And he was like, yo, what's up with you? And I'm like, your jets.
Put up on your bumper.
And he was like, you done took your cousin out of your top 5, your top 8 on MySpace. You moved me and then you just disappearing on me. And I'm like, what is it that you want from me? Because I thought like I was very clear on what I wanted from you. And clearly I think you thought that you could sway me. But no, I'm not interested in you like I think you're an amazing guy. The dick is bomb. Like just drop it off and then like I can go about my business. And that's just it. Yeah. He blocked me. it was like nothing else after that. But it's just like it's just so funny because I feel like even still, I feel like what happens and how friends with benefits always happen. I feel like people are never on the same page, ever. Regardless of how much they try to say they are on the same page, there's never anybody on the same page. It's somebody liking somebody else, and they're hoping that they can change the narrative and sway that person to like, you know what? I really fuck with you. I want to be with you. Like, let's make this do what it do. But it's never, it's true. Like, when I think about me being on the opposite end or me being on the other end where I'm like, I'm really not fucking with you like that. You knew going in, like you were attracted to me just more than like what I was like than sex. Like I think this is cool. And so I'm gonna stick around. Like I'm gonna fuck them, but I'm gonna fuck them so good that they want to commit to me. And it don't be like that. And when I was reading the messages that you sent me, I think that's what keeps happening to you. Like they like you and they know what has happened in the past 2 years with you and why you're not ready to commit. But they're like, I can change James' mind. I can make him really see me for who I am and what I have to offer. And just maybe he will let his guard down and let me in. Maybe he's ready.
Well, apparently part of my problem is that point you made. Like, I don't know how to like not fuck. Like, I only know one type of like fucking.
You be out here making love, nigga.
No.
James be out here making love.
No. I mean, I am an R&B ass nigga at heart, but I don't be out here making love. My thing is like, I'm not, so my whole compass when it comes to sex is I'm never gonna put myself in a position where you be like, yeah, that nigga be throwing trash.
Okay. There was a situation where I did not give a male street performance. And I kind of want to rectify that.
Okay.
But I don't know if I will ever get the opportunity to rectify that. And I felt like and the reason why I didn't fuck like how I normally fuck, I was like, you didn't really do the work to get that type of fuck for me. And I know I'm overthinking this situation, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I only know like you're not gonna be out here be like, yeah, that nigga be throwing whack dick. So you are absolutely right. Where I know, like, for one, I set very, very clear boundaries at this age now. Like, it wasn't always like this. This is only something I've gotten relatively decent at within the past 2 years.
Okay.
With setting boundaries or whatever. So, like, when you start doing things that I don't fuck with or necessarily rock with, I'm like, hey, like I'll give you a warning, like, hey, I don't really fuck with that. Like, I don't care if it's friends with benefits, one night stand, relationship, whatever. It can be any aspect of relationship in my life. It doesn't necessarily have to be sexual and romantic either. I
Yeah.
don't fuck with this. Please don't do that. And then if you continue to do that, then I have to distance myself or whatever. So with that, like when it comes to the friends with benefit situation or the situation that we're alluding to that I'm not gonna put out there, but
I was just saying, like, this is a pattern.
yeah.
This is being honest with you.
Yeah, there are situations. Yeah, there are definitely patterns.
But
Yeah.
you are a great person and you are like, bitches should love you. I'm just saying.
No, I think I'm pretty decent. But or as that person said, a vibe. so so yeah, like I don't when we establish what it is, I don't too much stray away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was explaining this to my barber today. Like I'm toxic in the sense of like not no future disrespected women type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck these bitches, fuck these hoes or whatever. But more so on your man's type level where I'm drunk texting you at 2 a.m. or like, yeah, let me get that about you or whatever type shit or whatever. Just the right level of that or whatever. So, like with this situation we're talking about or whatever, it started off as them shooting their shot outside the club,
Okay.
following each other on social media or whatever. They were involved with somebody when we started following each other or whatever, but like they had gotten out of that situation or whatever. So we just so happened to be at the same place at the same time.
Right.
And they were like,
Right.
fuck with me. And I'm like, all right.
Right.
So
Right.
one thing led one thing led to another. And then, we got the friends with benefits situation or whatever. And like, you set up a schedule. Like, yo, I got this going on this week. Like,
Right.
you get in where you fit in or whatever. And you set that up and you get it in, boom, 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 or whatever. But like I was saying, I don't ever want it to be out there that I'm throwing trash. So when I'm getting it in, like we getting it in. So
no, it's
if you so happen to get hypnotized or whatever, I don't know what to say. Like
you can say dickmatized.
Dickmatized. Okay, dickmatized. If you get dickmatized, I don't really know what to say because like I said, I only know like technically one speed. so
You're a dick. You're a dick.
I only know one. I only know if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
I'm trying to think about like it's only so this is how I know my box is not trash. Outside of the one, I'm gonna say B performance that I gave because I was like, I really,
Mm-hmm.
But like niggas like be trying to get the comeback. Like I'm like, yo, like I haven't fucked you since college. Like, why are you on my line? Like, why are you here? Or we haven't had sex since this amount of time. Why are you here? So I know I'm not consistently like throwing trash box. Like I said, it's only one time that I would like to rectify. But
you should.
So I feel like this. I am an experience. So I want to make sure that you have
your shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm like, I am. And I say that a lot. And it's not just about pussy. It's about like me in general.
I'm the
Like
same.
even if we are friends with benefits, I'm not gonna make you feel like a trash person. You know,
Right.
if you need a call, you need a shoulder to cry on. Here's my shoulder. You can lean on me. Like
Right.
serious. But if you trying to like date and go, nah, it's
Right.
not happening. I'm
Right.
not in that, you know, and I told you, like, and it is just, it's just one of those things where it is what it is. But like shit, today my ex hit me up was like, this would have been our 10-year anniversary. Like, send me the time hop on Snap.
Oh, that nigga wilding.
I was like, hey, you know what? Buy a candle for the anniversary. He left me on red. And I told my best friend, he was like, what he say? I was like, he didn't say shit. I was like, but that's atypical, him not wanting to spend money on nobody else.
I'm about to say you told that man support the business, and he was like,
This is
nope.
my business. Buy a motherfucking candle. I got a candle to make after this show. One of the $40 ones, the limited edition ones.
She got limited edition. I
Yeah.
feel like that's code for like box. Limited edition.
Made with
box.
extra love because those are made to order. So
Yeah. Okay.
it's a bigger candle. So yeah. I'm just saying, like I'm out here.
I feel you on that. I feel like I am an experience too, whether it be sexually or like dating experience wise.
Even,
Like,
I'm extended to not just intimate. I'm extended to friendships because, like, when I think about us, like the conversation that we had the other day, texting me, you, and Terrence.
yeah.
Like we're a whole, like if you want to call it a vibe, whatever, it's energy. It's never any negative anything. It is, and it's like we have really excelled and leveled up. And I think that why it's a vibe is like we talk about people wanting to be the best versions of themselves.
Right.
And I've experienced y'all at different levels. I can recognize and see the growth. So I think that's what makes this, even in your friendships, that's something that you should be experiencing with people. And if you're not, like, you need to be looking at your circle and kind of reevaluating things.
I agree.
I can recognize within myself, sometimes I'm a trash ass person. And
oh no, I ain't saying by any means. Like, I Capricorn energy, bro. Like, I know I can be
so strange.
I know I can be a smart ass and can be like, no, this nigga or whatever like that. But it's never with like malicious intent unless you like cross the people that I care about or cross me. Then it's like, yeah.
I think as Capricorns, you can be very calculated. I've experienced.
Absolutely.
I've experienced. Oh my God! Thank you for admitting that. That's all I needed to hear.
Absolutely. That's that goes into that overthinking shit too.
Yeah, like very calculated. And then it's funny because the things that I've experienced, like I'm like, you think I'm an air sign. And so it's just like my energy and vibe, it's just it's different. And I reckon like every person that I've met that's an air sign, like Terrence included, it's just a whole nother way that we ride than the rest of the signs. Yeah. And people think that we're like flighty, which is a little bit true, but it's just like we just go with the flow. We are not big planners per se, and that drives a lot of people crazy. But when you really get to know us, I think there's a lot of judgment that gets passed. But when you really get to know us, like we like are like the dopest people that you will ever fucking meet. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I wish I knew about air signs and all that other shit. I'm gonna get somebody on the pod to talk about. I'm supposed to be getting a
episode. You should. What do you know? What time you were born?
3:15 p.m.
Okay, look up. You should look up your birth chart.
What's crazy is like I've done that and still have had like somebody try to break it down. It wasn't the best. Somebody tried to break it down to me via text, and I'm just like, bro, like.
No, if you should download the CoStar app.
I do have the app.
Okay, so you have it. Do you have it based on your time? Because you can enter it for your birth date, but you will get a clearer understanding. And it's like the simplest way to break it down is like kind of through CoStar.
Okay.
Because I was like, hey, but you have to enter in your time because it'll tell you what your rising sign is. Where this is in the fourth house. This is what this means.
The fourth house.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah,
I'll be like,
I'm an Aquarius and my rising is Leo, which makes so much sense. Cause I feel like at sometimes I'm very like headstrong and kind of like not that I'm like egotistical. I feel like people always think that Leos are egotistical, but I think it's just that they're very confident. And so yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's another sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna have somebody
That'd be
on the
fun.
show and do a reading, apparently like a card reading.
Yeah.
On me. So that's gonna be interesting. Whatever. But
don't do that. Hey, we should do that when I come home.
When are you coming home?
I come home for Labor Day. I need to buy my flight, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm very scared because our COVID numbers, the Delta variant is running through that bitch like a motherfucker.
It's having a fucking field day up here.
But, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna be salty if I'm not gonna be able to come out there in December. I'm gonna feel away.
You should be fine. Like to come out here. Now, if that gamma variant come up in this motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. It's December. It's a few months away. But yeah, exactly. That face. Like I'm gonna be pissed or whatever.
We wouldn't be in this had motherfuckers just got the vaccination. And I understand. I thoroughly, I fully understand people being concerned about being vaccinated, about something that came out so fast and whatnot. I think those, that's very valid. Right. But it's like, hey, if you get this, I just read an article today in the American about a husband and a wife. They both were vaccinated. And she called her husband the miracle man because he had he needed a heart transplant. And he had gotten a heart transplant, died on the table 3 times, made it through, got vaccinated. Both of them got COVID. And he did not make it. And he had to be on a, incubated and did not make it. And she was fine. She just had it was like a cold for her. But he had a pre-existing condition, as well, having a heart transplant. So that made his immune system very compromised. So, there are pros and cons to it, but it's just at this point, y'all want to be outside and y'all want to be live outside. Like homegirl from St. Louis that was dating Future, has fucking COVID. There's Dior.
She from St. Louis?
There's Dior's from St. Louis. Niggas love.
I don't be knowing these chicks, man.
People, I'm gonna just say this. People love whether it be a chick or a guy.
What high school she go to?
You know what? I don't know. Let me see who she followed because then I could find out.
What high school she go to?
But
in what year?
Follow anybody?
That's my version of the goddamn birth chart. What high school she go to and what year she graduate?
Okay.
That'll tell me all I need to know. But yeah, on the COVID shit, I get it too. I don't get the argument with people or up in arms about them making students get it as if you didn't have to get vaccinations beforehand to go to school. Right. I don't understand that argument.
But it's also if you get a vaccination, there's ways that people can even go around that, but you have to have it has to be mainly for religious purposes.
Yeah.
And you have to have a priest or pastor sign off on that.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't get that argument. And then Like the numbers are basically telling y'all that y'all, the people that are not vaccinated, are the ones that are getting the fuck out of here. So
Right.
it's like it's a bunch of like misinformation and just
Yes.
people making arguments and points that make no sense. Like the other day, I was on a status on Facebook and somebody in the comments believed that vaccinated people couldn't catch it. I'm just like, who told you that?
No, and that's the thing that people keep running with. I think that's the irkiest of all. It's just like they never said that, hey, if you get this, you can't get it. But it's like if you get it, this can save your life.
Yeah.
And I just hate it.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
like car insurance, bro. Like, niggas is reckless.
yep,
Also be like, you also be pissed because you got to pay for it every month or whatever. But
yep.
do you want to get into an accident and not have the shit? Or you rather be covered when somebody reckless fuck your shit up? Like, it's really comes down to that. Like, do you want to catch that shit and risk you dying?
Right. Um
Like, that's it. That's the
people,
fundamental baseline.
the people that I know that are vaccinated that have contracted the Delta variant, at least we would assume that it's the Delta variant. Um, some people, one of my friends had like pre-existing conditions. It was a tough ride for him with being vaccinated. But my other friend, it was just like, okay, I have a fever.
Right.
Another homeboy, he had like a fever for like 10 days. Um, and it's just like different things. Some people no symptoms at all. Like, and even my like play brother, like he just got it, and he had no symptoms at all. But he's an overall, he eats pretty good, works out every day, and has to work out for like his job, acting. So like that's a part of the whole gig, like being in shape. So
Right.
it's just like about taking care of yourself. And people are like, they're pushing this vaccine, but they're not pushing, a healthy eating lifestyle. I'm like, because they know niggas is not gonna do that shit.
Yeah. And
That's
then
the
also,
We know that we're supposed to be taking vitamins every day if we don't eat like a certain amount of like fruits and veggies every day. We know that. So it's just kind of sucky.
we know that humans have a tendency to only care about their self-interest and not do what's best for the
Right.
whole or whatever. So there are a group of people like, well, you got it, so I'm good or whatever. Like, it's not that's not how this works. Because if I get it and give it to you, me, like, if I catch that shit, I'm vaccinated, and I give it to you, you're vaccinated, but I'm just gonna say you're unvaccinated, and I pass it to you, and I'm good or whatever, but you fucked up from it, I'm
Mhm.
gonna feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Like, because we don't know the price that you have to pay with the effect that it has on your body, bro.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so, like, are you really willing to pay that bill when it fucking comes due, bruh? I'm good. My conscience won't let me do it, so I'm gonna protect myself the best way I can.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to stop living and you have to, live in fear and no shit like that. But I know that I don't want to get that shit to nobody.
Right. And it's also kind of like picking and choosing, like,
Yeah.
that one club experience, like, and it was open air and it was very difficult for me and somebody that has like high level like anxiety, like to navigate. And I was like, yo, like, I can't do this. Like, I don't
Yeah.
have to do this for a minute because I have to worry about, is there COVID in this bitch?
Yeah.
You
And
know,
let me be rewind or whatever. Where I said, like, I don't want to give that shit to somebody as if the vaccine prevents that. I think that's maybe where people get hung up on or whatever. Like I said, I just want to be conscious of other people in their surroundings, what it boils down to, or whatever. Like
But people,
like I do want to be around people. Like, don't get it twisted. Like a nigga was in the house, kind of, we did get out and do certain shit to a certain extent, but a nigga was in the house mostly all of last year. You know what I'm saying? So I do like being around people. So
I'll ask you this. So let's say Everyday People is a prime example.
right.
And there's a restaurant in Huntington Beach doing the same thing. They are only allowing people access if they're vaccinated. So what is your take? Because there are people that are like pissed about it. But then I'm like, hey, I get it, because you're not trying to have an event that's a super spreader, clearly like Rolling Loud. And probably, not to be funny, Homegirl probably was sick before she got there. Let's just, and maybe her symptoms didn't show.
And now they are. Yeah.
But she was probably sick before she got there.
And all this shit, it boils down to money. So if protecting your interest means, hey, only vaccinated people can come in our business, hey, the numbers support unvaccinated people are the big spreaders.
Yeah.
So until that changes, I can't really knock businesses for being like, yeah, bruh, like
Right.
we need to see something. And even though you can fake the vaccination card and all that other shit, we like, yo, we need to know, like, you vaccinated or not.
Yeah.
So, it's like, y'all, motherfuckers is dying. It's not for play. Like,
Right.
I know people that have got it. I know somebody that's died from it. So it's not for play, bro. Like, I don't want to be, like I said, getting vaccinated doesn't stop me from, if I get it, from giving it to you or whatever. But like, if you can lessen the way it's spreading, why wouldn't you do that? So that's all.
Just selfish. Just selfish.
Yeah. So
But
whatever.
Get vaccinated, niggas. Like, and Anglo-Saxons and everybody else out there.
Yeah, I saw something today. It was like, what if Pfizer, what's the name, asked y'all to go get a third and fourth dose? And I was like, hey, I'm already here. It's the end game now. I already got the first two.
Yeah, it's just like, at this point, it's like, if I have to do what I have to do, like if I have to get a booster shot, here we are. I don't care, because I'm just like, at this point, I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, my gig actually made it mandatory. So
yeah, and a lot of people's jobs are making it mandatory, and people are quitting. There's people at my job that won't get it, and they're like, "Oh, it makes you infertile." I'm like, "But you don't know that."
Where did they hear that?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, people don't want to educate themselves and like read and learn and like see what the statistics are. They rather be like spoon-fed it from like some right-wing conspiracy theorists. Like, yes, we know that no vaccine has ever come out this fast. Like, this is unprecedented. We know that, but it's just like, we have to do what we have to do to try to survive.
Yeah. And it also wasn't the whole goddamn world.
Yeah, it wasn't the world. But also, like, and if this is the way of Mother Earth, like, pushing us out this bitch, because I always got to do something to reset, then here we are. This shit. We all gotta die some way, but I ain't trying to die of COVID. I'm trying to make it to old age with my bad hand.
Yeah, I didn't have zombie apocalypse on my bingo
card. I definitely did not have that.
So
but I think I have nightmares about shit like that. So I think I'd be able to survive for a while.
Yeah, I'll be straight.
Yeah, I have nightmares about it, but according to my nightmares, I'd be okay.
Yeah, I'll be good. I'll be solid. So
thank you for joining us on another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations.
Yeah.
Tell the people, the beautiful people, where they can find you, James.
Okay, so Instagram and Twitter is J White the Prez, JWHITETHEPREZ. Also subscribe to the Henny Nights podcast. Their 4-year anniversaries tomorrow. So I don't know when this is coming out. So it may be coming out after mine. But yeah, 4-year anniversary episode will be up on Wednesday. Subscribe to it. It's 87 something episodes of all types of shit, funny shit, dope shit, inspirational shit. So yeah, y'all lock in. But we made it out this episode without talking about a nigga getting pegged. So I am completely ecstatic and happy.
We can talk about it really.
We're not gonna talk about shit because it ain't happening again. I'm gonna make some merch and say it ain't happening. That's what I'm gonna fucking make.
Whatever. Well, you guys, please subscribe, like, share the podcast, Whiskey Sour. We have the Whiskey Sour IG page, as well as my personal IG page, which is St. Angela's, and shop St. Angela's on IG. For the candles. So, there are other things that I want to implement, but buy a fucking candle because they smell amazing. Like, they smell beautiful. And I actually have to go make, like I said, a candle right now because it's made to order.
Made to order candle.
Yeah, at some point it won't always be like that, but like the limited edition one, definitely, just because, like I said, the oil is so expensive, and it's a bigger candle, so I have to let it sit and all this stuff. So yeah, but
there you go.
Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Buy a candle for your husband, for your wife. They make great, amazing gifts. And that's all I got for y'all hoes. See y'all next week.
Peace.